Have I wrote a grievance to you?
You
You don't pay attention at all?
I answer thousands of those. We have almost 900 inmates, maybe more sometimes, and I answer those every day. So I have no idea. I haven't focused on any one particular inmate, just the so.
How often do you read a report about me?
I also have no idea. I read reports about hundreds of inmates every month.
Does nobody ever mention me to you or bring me up about anything, situation?
Like who?
Other than, the stuff you tried to do? Nobody ever brought up to you about me causing problems in the facility?
I'm not part of shift meetings to hear any of that stuff. I have an office. I'm not part of the jail cell.
So this is the first time you heard about me throwing feces on the office?
No.
You have heard it before?
Yes, in the case we're here for today, the last paragraph of my report.
All right. Other than this one, is there any other?
Other than those two?
Yeah.
Not that I can recall, but I would have to look through my spreadsheet to see how many times you named them.
Lieutenant Ford, when you claim I dashed him with feces, were you working at Jefferson County Correctional Facility?
No.
So how did you know about that?
Because he told me.
So is it fair to say that other people do tell you about other times that of my behavior throughout the facility?
If it's relevant to my investigation, I ask the question.
What did you say, sir?
As the witness, I'm done.
Anything else?
No.
Is this man excused?
Please, sir.
You were excused, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Next,
Take the rest, John.
raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statement you make during this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
God.
Lower your hand, please. Please sit. Be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, when a person wants to represent themselves and make testimony, we don't have anything built into the system where we play like a question is being answered. And this is question and answer. This method, when a defendant wants to represent themselves, it's different altogether. And this is the exception to the rule. He may make a presentation, an oral narrative, and then when that is completed, then the state gets to cross-examine. But it's not a question and answer. In this particular case, when a defendant insists on representing themselves and testifying, they get to make a narrative statement, and they're going to be held to the rules that it needs to be relevant. It's to the allegations at issue in the four corners of the indictment. All right. You're on the stand. You've been sworn in, Mr. Peebles, and you may go forward. Thank you.
I'm a 37-year-old man, born in 1988. I moved to Texas when I was 18 years old. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. I have four children, 3 boys and a girl. The first time I've ever been charged with a crime was when I was 27 years old. I worked out. I'm healthy. My health is in great shape. So if I start shaking, foamers at the mouth, looking as though I'm having a seizure, which I've never had in my life, it's because you're talking about something that you don't want me to talk about. And they are electrocuting me through this shock box that they got on my leg. They have electrocuted me through the shock box that they got on my leg because they don't want me to talk about the prior cases and why I'm in here and all the stuff that they've been doing to me since I've been incarcerated. Yes. Yeah, I'm very scared right now. You know, all my kids are watching this because I told their mothers to make sure they don't go to YouTube and watch this. One of them 15, one of them 14, one of them 11, one of them 4. I'm disappointed in time and time again because they thought I was coming home so many times. I thought I was coming home. But because I'm outnumbered by the government, and there's so many powerful people in the government that hate my guts, not because of what I did to them, but because of who I am. When I got arrested, I was working with Nighthawk. I was contracted with several different plants. We did environmental study. I was working with them for about 2 years, very consistent. I also started working back in my old job at an arcade for kids. So I was working 2 jobs, and I was still able to make a lot of time for my children and my wife. I don't understand why these people want to keep me incarcerated so bad. I have filed numerous affidavits throughout the years telling them that I wouldn't file a lawsuit. They just let me go home. But I'm not about to sign for nothing, because if I do, I won't be able to get my job. That signing for anything is not enough. I've never been convicted of an extraneous crime before, and I'm not about to start now. I was a law-abiding citizen. I've lived 7 years of my life fighting for people in cases that they know I didn't do. So yes, I'm about to talk about every single factor from the day I was charged with the first illegal crime back in 2016, all the way up into this new crime that he just told me about, of some feces being thrown on somebody. And everything that I'm about to mention is on record, or I have witnesses about. And I'm about to educate the jury about the law that y'all keep breaking, about the rules that y'all keep breaking, and how y'all like to keep trying to manipulate stuff to keep me in here. They talk as if they don't got a personal problem with me. This is my 4th trial. My 4th trial. And the only time they were able to get a conviction was when it wasn't a jury in front of me. And that conviction came from a probation violation of a charge that they had no jurisdiction over in the first place. It was supposed to be in misdemeanor court, not felony court. $7 years. Yes, I'm about to exploit all this evidence. So I want to start by talking about this partial jury trial that's going on right now. This completely unfair jury trial that they forcing me to go through right now. Doing the jury selection 2 days ago. And then 30 minutes into it, the judge don't sit up here and say, well, you need to make sure you ask the questions right and do all of this, because when the lady start transcribing this, she's gonna need to. And it was 30 minutes into it. I said, y'all not transcribing this? We're about to.
Hold on, sir. Sir.
What?
Sir, let's get relevant here. You were charged with the first-degree felony of aggravated assault against a public servant. This isn't the time to make a speech of your whole life. Let's stay within the relevant allegation. And don't interrupt the court. I've said, how many times have I said that? You have a fair opportunity to be heard. The court is required by law to direct the law to the people, and the jurors are instructed. We are focusing the relevant matters of the accusation in the four corners of this indictment. Let's stay within this. This isn't time for your life story. If you are found guilty, if we go to the punishment phase, there are matters you can bring up that are relevant to punishment. This is only about the allegation. Please stay within the four corners of the charge. Thank you, sir.
The jury, the day I'm talking about is the jury selection for this charge. So
Stay within the four corners of the charge in this indictment. That's what's relevant. Thank you for following the rules.
that's what I'm doing. So there was no point in me objecting to what I was seeing on the jury selection paper, because he wasn't.
Once again, sir, this is with the four corners of what happened on or about June 6, 2023. Let's don't talk about jury selection. This was all, that's not relevant to the facts. Stay within the facts, sir. Please go forward.
The Sixth Amendment says the accused shall enjoy a speedy public trial by an impartial jury. The word impartial means fair. In the district, whereas the crime shall have been committed, which shall have been previously ascertained by law, shall be confronted by the witnesses against him, which means the witness that's against me shall have said that I did whatever they charged me with. And yesterday, that man sat right here and said, yeah, you scratched me. That's how I got my injury. He sat right here after we read out, the victim sat right here after we read out his report. And he said that his report was accurate. And he said, yeah, after he got done lying and perjuring, he couldn't help himself. He had to, you scratched me. That's how I got my injury. But yet I am indicted for stabbing him with ink pen. And you talking about standing before proof. That's exactly what I'm doing. The four corners, matter of fact, all persons born or neutralized in the United States.
Naturalized, sir.
Naturalized, thanks for correcting me. You're right. Naturalized in the United States. Ooh, you know this. And you know it.
Sir, please move forward with what you need to say.
Born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges and immunity of the citizens of the United States. Last I checked, I was born in the United States. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process. Last I checked, me talking about how unfair a jury is, I had the right to do that because my right is being abridged. So I can tell the world and explain how my rights are being abridged during my testimony in the four corners of the indictment. Is that correct, Judge?
Sir, move forward and stay relevant to what the allegations are in the four corners. And please, for the 20th time, please don't speak over the court when I'm speaking. Sir, how many times have I said that to you? You have a fair opportunity to speak, but it's not on your terms. The law has its rulings. The rules of evidence have its rules, and you, in representing yourself, must follow them, whether you like it or not. You have to stay within the rules. It's just not a full-blown part where you have just anything to say without any restrictions. That's the way the rules were built. And you have to follow the rules and stay within the four corners. And this is what are the facts are that is alleged of wrongdoing in this indictment. Please speak to that. This is your opportunity. Go forward. Stay relevant.
Yes, Your Honor. But
Move forward, sir.
I would like you to let me know if what I just said was correct or not.
It wasn't relevant to whether the facts are, I give the law. You don't start quoting constitutional law. I'm going to give the law, sir. You just talk about the facts. Please move forward. These people have valuable time here. Let's stay within the rules. Give them what your version of the facts of this incident were. Please move forward. That's what we're here for.
So you above the laws of this country? I'm just asking
You one more statement like that, and I must hold you in contempt of court. I don't want to do that. I've ordered you to follow the rules. Please follow the rules. Direct the attention of the jurors to the facts as you want to say them in this allegation.
within the jurisdiction.
I give the law, not you, sir. Just talk about the facts of this case.
Equal protection of the law.
You're not going to follow the directions of the court and the rules? Or
I see how Jesus feel.
that's your statement?
I'm testifying, Your Honor.
To the facts of the case, sir.
So you telling me I can't be a character witness to myself?
Sir, give what you want to say to the jury of the facts within the allegations. That's what we're here for.
The jury is sanctioned by law.
I'm sorry, sir. This isn't a debate. Go into the facts of the case, please.
Okay.
I've made a ruling. Follow the ruling.
I'm being a character witness. Can I call myself as a character witness?
You don't do it that way. You can speak.
Can I talk about myself?
Yes, you
as a character witness.
the character as to character is not relevant at the guilt or innocence phase. It's at the punishment phase. You can talk about what the facts are and what might have been motivations. I'm helping you out on this. You might have been what motivations that you had in acting within the allegations here. I can't tell you what to say, but character evidence is something that is reserved for the punishment phase, where the jury is to decide what the punishment should be. Right here, it's to determine, did you or did you not commit the offense? Not, are you a good person or not? It's about the facts of whether the allegations have been proven true beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the rule. Please stay within that rule. Go forward.
So the DA can destroy my case.
Go forward. So they can ask you questions on cross-examination, and you have an opportunity to do redirect statements on your own later. That's the law. You should know that.
For the last 2 days, you've been destroying my character.
Well, sir, that's
I can't rebuild it.
you should have objected.
I did object. You told me that didn't make it. I did.
Okay, move forward. Move forward, sir. Speak on the facts of the case, sir.
I would like to object to the jury selection,
Overruled. Go to the facts of the case, sir.
but I need to,
Sir, it's overruled.
before you.
Sir, it's overruled.
Okay.
You move forward and we'll take,
it on record.
I'm sorry, sir, we'll take that up outside the presence of the jury and you'll have a fair opportunity to make your statement and put the rule on, but not in front of the jury. That's not what's relevant for them. They need to know what the facts are, not what your personal feelings are about this court. Move forward.
That's not the way.
Move forward, sir.
I have to tell you what my objection is before.
No, I will do it outside the jury. We'll do it outside the presence of the jury. That's not relevant. Go.
They can do it at the jury selection.
No, sir. No, sir, that's not the appropriate way to do it.
That is
We're going to follow.
appropriate way, Your Honor.
I've made my ruling. Move forward. Talk about the facts of the case, sir.
I love y'all. Remember, I love y'all. I'll never forget. This is what resilience is. This is what perseverance is. This is what integrity is. All my family that is watching this right now, this is what integrity is. This is what dignity is. This is what perseverance. You understand me? Don't ever forget this. Don't ever forget this. So, every juror in here is related to an officer in this county. I have a few lawsuits that's naming a lot of officers that did some real foul, atrocious stuff to me throughout these 7 years. It's completely overstepping the Constitution. 3 of the jurors had close relations to Mike Laird by their own admission. One of the jurors was related to the guy that arrested me, to the officer that arrested me and broke my phone and destroyed my evidence. That I had, the same officer that I had to prove set me up and framed me at the last trial of a jury that voted in my favor 11-1. Nobody in this country would have voted in my favor. That juror that voted against me was planned, was tampered with. I'm still in prison for pointing a gun at somebody. Pointing a gun, which is a misdemeanor. I didn't shoot the gun. I just pointed. By law, that is a misdemeanor. They charged me with aggravated assault. I took probation because I knew nothing about the law. I took probation, I knew nothing about the law. They manipulated the facts. Well, no, they told the truth about the facts on the indictment. But they manipulated the law and said it was aggravated assault by pointing a gun. For 3 years I was on probation, doing good. Mental health probation might not act because I was depressed at the time. I was depressed at the time because I didn't have a job. And I couldn't take care of my kids the way I wanted to. And it was killing me. I was a coward. I was weak around the time because I didn't have the opportunity and the access and research. But after that situation, and I took probation, I was able to get my head together. It ended up getting me a good job. And I was the sole provider in my household, and we was eating good. You understand me? My probation officer, the detective went to talk to my probation officer, trying to see what he can figure out how to violate my probation. You know what my probation officer told him on the paperwork? He's been in compliance for the past 3 years. He pay his fees. He do his community service. He go to work. He don't do drugs. He's been in compliance. I ain't got nothing to give. So you know what he did? He sent his officers because this one foul female that I was dealing with behind my wife's back, and it backfired in my face. She got mad behind some money. Behind some money that she know I had nothing to do. I had nothing to do with. Trying to accuse me and want to go to war with me behind some behind some money. And instead of keeping it in the streets like she claimed she wanted to do, she went and lied to them people and told them I raped her. And then she got somebody else that I knew that I didn't know she knew to lie and said the same thing happened to her, but she didn't want to say I did it because she knew I knew too much. We was too cool. That woman, you can tell how bad she was feeling and how stupid she was feeling, sitting up there testifying about something that didn't happen to her. But she was doing it on account of her friend. She was doing it on account of her friend. Because her friend, her friend knew that she wasn't going to beat that charge by herself, because I could have proved that every time we had sex, it was consensual. I could have proved it. Text messages, GPS. I could have proved it. She knew she couldn't do it on her own, so she got somebody else to make it seem like, oh, the situations are identical. If it happened to me, I can't be lying because it happened to her too. Trying to make it seem like she didn't know it. But the girl sat up here on the stand and ended up in me. Yeah, I know her. Oh, you know her. But you told the police report you didn't know me or her. And then you told the police you didn't know me or her. But now in here, when she get on the stand, oh yeah, I know him. We only went on one date. But I mean, it was only one time. First we went on one date. Then we only seen each other three times. Everybody, all these people know. They know I didn't do what I initially was in here for, and they know I didn't do the stuff they trying to give me life in prison for. But they hate me so much. The last 3 trials, this man had a white prosecutor. DA Michael Laird, his prosecutors was white. Miss Angela Mann, been his prosecutor. Angela Mann Neely, been his prosecutor for a while now. I've never seen nobody else working with him except Angela Mann and Waylon G. Thompson, both which are white. But here he is on this trial. He got a black woman working with him to try to defeat the appearance of racism. Like I'm not going to acknowledge that. And then it was somebody in the jury box that was related to her. She probably don't even want to be here. Y'all probably gave her some ridiculous offer to help. And she, okay, all right. That sounds like some good money. Oh, that sounds like a good deal. Oh, cool. That's a good deal. Other than that, I'm not understanding why this man just got up here and lied and said he never had interactions with me. Why he just sit there trying to lie and say I dashed the officer with some feces. Why y'all sitting up here blocking my subpoena? I filed a subpoena 3 years ago. I filed a subpoena, and y'all clerks were telling me on this case, filed a subpoena on this case. And y'all clerks sitting up here telling me that I can't file a subpoena, that they can't subpoena nobody for me because they can't do it for me.
That's not an accurate statement.
That is very. I'm sorry. I can tell you what day it was.
Sorry, sir. I
can tell you what day it was.
Once again, I'm going to tell you when I speak, you must stop, please. That's the rule of law. I know you don't like to follow these things, but that's the rule of law. Subpoenas, if you send subpoenas, first of all, I urge you, have an attorney to help you.
I don't need you.
I know.
I'm a jurist. I'm an expert.
The subpoenas you've submitted are inaccurate, incorrect, and weren't properly filed. That is why they were not submitted. And I urge you, get some help so you can do it properly. That's why, sir. And not everybody can. That's why people go to law school and become.
The defendant should have compulsory process and obtaining witness.
As long as it's done correctly.
I don't need a paper motion if I ask you on record in the court to do something.
All right. Go to what is relevant. That's enough on that. Go to what's relevant of the allegation of the first degree felony of aggravated assault.
Everything is connected. Y'all only did.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Y'all would have never charged me with this.
Is there anything else you want to add?
If I never filed the habeas corpus, I filed the habeas corpus accusing Joshua Hall, Detective Duchamp, who else? Detective Duchamp, Joshua Hall, Mike Laird, my attorney, of conspiring against me, right? I accused them in a habeas corpus back in 2022, March 9th. Ever since then, I ain't been getting no sleep because y'all want to keep sending people after me in the jailhouse to harass me. And you keep talking about they keeping me in isolation because of my behavior. I was in TDC. I had a job in TDC doing good. But as soon as I filed a lawsuit, y'all transfer me back down here and throw me directly in isolation. And you trying to talk about my behavior. No, y'all don't have me in isolation because of my behavior. You have me in isolation because of these lawsuits. Matter of fact, I'm about to show the world. You want me to stop? You don't want me to show the world? Hit that button and electrocute me right now.
Sir.
Hit that button and electrocute me right now because the world.
Sir, why don't you act properly, sir?
Oh, I'm acting very properly.
I don't believe anyone in this room thinks that, sir.
I'm pretty sure they don't because they were all handpicked.
No, sir. We're talking about common decency now, sir. The law allows you to speak, but be decent.
Peoples versus
Please.
Greg Abbott. Now let me show y'all whose name is on the front for it. Whenever you sue a judge or the DA or a prosecutor, anytime you sue a government.
Sir, once again, you're charged with aggravated assault. Stay within the bounds. It is not relevant.
Depending on this too in the federal court right now, that y'all real messed up about.
Sir, this is an allegation of striking somebody about the head and body. Stay within that allegation.
I'm supposed to be sitting in this court. I'm supposed to be dealing with this in the Supreme Court because my habeas corpus is pending in the Supreme Court right now.
Anything else?
Because of this charge.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Retaliation through conspiracy, right?
Is there anything else you want to add?
I'm going to continue.
How long do you expect for this to go on?
It's going to take all day.
No, it won't, sir. If it's not going to be relevant to the facts, I will stop this now.
Well, go ahead.
To the facts of the charging instrument, sir.
Do your thing.
Then it ends now. That is enough. It is not relevant anymore.
Retaliation.
That is the end.
Everything I'm talking
Is there
about.
anything else you want to add about the allegations?
Corporate in the Supreme Court. Now, I sent an emergency motion, letting them know what y'all keep doing to me, how y'all keep harassing. That Lieutenant Tinker body cam played yesterday. He admitted that he refused to feed me, and he thought that was okay. I wasn't aware of it, so. It happened, but I wasn't aware of it, so I'm not giving you. I'm not. And if it happened again,
sir, is there anything else you want to add as to the allegation of aggravated assault in this indictment?
I'm talking about what happened.
No, sir, you're not. You're outside all of that. And you said that it was going to go on for days. This was not going to happen. If there's nothing else relevant to the allegations of this indictment, you have completed your testimony.
No.
Yes, you have, sir. Stay within the four corners.
Y'all called him to the stand because he was relevant to the case, right?
No, you just don't get to give your life story to the end of time. It needs to be what's relevant.
Like we're talking about. This is not a life story.
That is all, sir. You have completed. You are completed. And I told you about she can't take the notes when you are speaking over others. Is there anything else you want to add as to the allegation of aggravated assault? Stay within that.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of
Stay within that.
All right.
Thank you.
April 22nd, 2021. I was revoked of my.
Hold on, sir. That is 2 years before this event occurred. What does that have to do with what happened on June 6, 2023?
Well, because
please stay within that event.
I'm still in prison. Like this.
Okay, they know that. They know that. Move on to the next thing. I'm sorry. It's the charge of aggravated assault. It's just speak on those facts that happened on or about June 6, 2023, not what happened 2 years or 3 years before in another case. Thank you, sir. Stay within those rules.
It's not retaliation. If you relate, the law say if it's directly related, then
stay within what happened on June 6th, sir.
All right. Let me go about this. Let me see. Let me see. not mixed with. Federal Statute 18 USC 1513, subsection E. Whoever knowingly with intent to retaliate take any action harmful to any person for providing to a law enforcement any truthful information relating to the commission of any federal offense shall not be imprisoned more than 10 years or fine or both. That is a federal feat to take any action out of retaliation for providing to a law enforcement any truthful information. Every trial I've been to, I told the truth. I only open my mouth if it's backed up by witnesses or the record. That's the only time I open my mouth. Whoever cause or induce any person, this is Federal Statute 18 USC 1512, subsection B2A. Whoever causes or induce any person to withhold testimony or other object from an official proceeding shall not be imprisoned more than 20 years.
All right, hold on. Again, that is not relevant to this case at all. This is a state jurisdiction case, not a United States jurisdiction. There's the federal government. It has its own sets of rules, ladies and gentlemen. I was a United States attorney for 20 years. And this is state law that we're dealing with here. Distinct laws. Distinct law.
Focus on.
Sir, let me complete the instruction of law to the jury. Please, once again, for the 100th time, don't interrupt when the court's given the law. Thank you. That is not relevant to what the charge is in this case. This is a state jurisdiction case with its own elements. We're not trying a federal crime right here in this court. That's for the United States district courts, for the United States attorneys to handle. This is state law. It has its own independent set of laws, and this is what we're dealing with, this state law of Texas in this allegation under section 22.02, subpart B, subpart 2, subpart B of the Texas Penal Code. That's distinct from federal law, and your statements on federal law are not related to the relevance in this case. Please confine your statements that you've been allowed to give here within the four corners of this state law brought crime. Thank you for following the law as instructed.
Yes, Ron.
Go ahead.
Mention is the state part, right? If two or more conspire to injure, oppress, or intimidate any person in any state on account of any right or for exercising the same, should not be in prison.
What are you reading from, sir?
This is federal statute.
That is, once again, its own set of rules. This is not what we are. We're not a federal court.
USC.
I know. 20 years I dealt with that. And I dealt with the most serious offense in the United States that was committed. So we are dealing with state law, not the federal law. This is a state law matter, and what you're reading is outside the relevance in this case, and you are denied to be allowed to do that. You can put it on the record later outside the presence of the jury. It's not related to what this jury is going to be deliberating on, and it's the state law violation of aggravated assault. Please stay within the directions of the court and the law. Thank you for doing that. Move forward, please.
Why do y'all hate me so much?
Anything else you want to add, sir? Anything you want to add relevant to the case facts
Yes.
and the law as it's supposed to be followed? Thank you.
Yes. So Lieutenant Ford, right? Let me tell you about the Lieutenant Ford real quick. So when he 24, when he first wrote this is the first page of his report. Outside of the one yesterday, the one we were looking at on the second page. This is the first page. Everybody else report identifies every officer that was there, right? But Lieutenant Ford's report only identified Purdy and Hebert. They wasn't even there. Right. Officer Stevens' report identified everybody that was there. Officer Syndergaard report identified everybody that was there. Officer Darby report identified everybody that was there. Sergeant Anderson's report referenced nobody at all. Lieutenant Ford report only referenced the lady that got these guys to jump me 4.5 years ago and knock my teeth out and reconstruct my teeth the way it is. After she divulged my charges to the dorm and told the people I was a baby rape. And of course they don't believe me because she's an officer. So I wrote a grievance on her and I got 10 people that was in the dorm before I got jumped. Before they knocked my teeth out, I got 10 people to witness what she did. You know what the grievance officer told me? You have no evidence. It's your word against hers and then vice versa. This is not a grievance. Right after that, I got jumped. My teeth got knocked out. Captain Lewis and Captain Miller had to come take pictures of me. I woke up with blood everywhere. I woke up with blood all on my face, all on my clothes. Ever since then, that woman been constantly harassing me. She been constantly harassing me. Now, lately, she been messing with my food. I had to put myself on Johnny set because her and Lieutenant Ford teamed up to convince everybody else all the lies that they've been telling people. So Lieutenant Ford, you know, that was Syndergaard. I forgot to ask him that. Officer Syndergaard, he referred me to Lieutenant Ford before me and Lieutenant Ford had any type of problems with each other. He referred me to Lieutenant Ford as a trustee in the back. Him, Biggers, Officer Jones, but who else was that? Officer Jones, Biggers, Officer Washington, the guy who works. Listen, I gave nobody problems in the gym. I gave nobody problems in the gym. But as soon as I started filing paperwork trying to go home, that's all I was doing. I wasn't trying to get no money from the state. I wasn't trying to get no money from the government. I don't care whatever mistake y'all made. I don't care how much y'all like me. I don't care what type of crimes y'all committed to get me here. I just want to go home. We had this up. I sent the affidavit. I gave an affidavit to Sergeant Carter and told him to give this to Detective Gardner, Lieutenant Ford, and Sergeant Anderson. That affidavit let them know I swear I will testify to this affidavit. I won't file a lawsuit on nobody. None of y'all. Just dismiss the charge so I can go home. You know what they did? Carter came back. Hey man. I had got a notarized and everything. I told them, man, next time we go over here, and I'm gonna testify to that. They spit in my face. It's in the state. It's in state man now, man. We ain't got nothing to do with it. So y'all not even gonna go tell the people that I just want to go home. You know, look, it's about arguing. Really? So y'all just want to? You gonna keep me here? All right. Let me forget it. Let me see if the lawsuit's worth. Now here we live. 5 months after I filed a lawsuit on the judge for refusing to issue the writ of my habeas corpus, after my attorney admitted to refusing to give me the search warrants, refusing to give me the search warrants to my DNA, my phone, and my car. He admitted. He lied to me. I didn't give it to him because he wasn't supposed to ask. I was found not guilty. They charged me with 3 aggravated sexual assaults altogether. I was found not guilty at their first trial. My lawyer told me, you get found guilty, not guilty at this trial, they don't dismiss the other 2, you go home. Just don't testify. I got you. I'm like, all right, cool. I say, man, make sure you ask her this. All right. I say, man, what you doing? Ask her the question. I'm going to. He kept on trying to divert the attention the other way, and I had to argue with him at the table just for him to ask her the questions that man, you don't know this man. How was y'all getting in contact? How is his number in your phone? Under the text-free app? Well, who told you to download the text-free app? My boyfriend. Call his boyfriend to the table. Sir, did you tell your boyfriend to download the text-free app? No. What about the birthmark that's on your hip? If I don't know you, we ain't never had consensual sex. What about the birthmark? But because you said this happened in the dark. No one ain't see the man's face or nothing. You said this happened in the dark. How could he see a birthmark on your hip if he couldn't see you? He found not guilty of that. They stopped letting me come to court, period, for about 2 years. In the midst of that, charged me with this. Why is Lieutenant Ford all of a sudden coming harassing me like I did something to him? Why? I hated that man because he kept on. Dude next door squirted waste in my tail because I wasn't selling him a pack of cookies. I'm talking about, and yes, like Lieutenant Ford, it was waste everywhere. I'm not about to put it in my own cell. Ford, bro, this retarded, stupid dude. Listen, Levine won't clean out my cell, man. Can you please make Levine clean out my cell and let me go in and take a shower? Or look, matter of fact, just give me some of that bleach and give me a towel and I clean out myself. Man, I ain't trying to die, man. This Corona was serious. It was 2022. Corona was serious, still serious. You know what he did? You need to stop arguing with people. You need to stop arguing with people, grievous, man. Wave his hand. Walk off. My heart must have dropped. So you gonna leave me in this? You gonna leave me sitting in another man's waist? Trustee, come through. Trustee, bro, listen. Slide me the mop real quick, bro. Let me get that bleach right there, bro. Just slide me. Yeah, I ain't getting it in. Bro, just give me this mop and okay. Listen, I ain't getting that. You about to make you lose my job. So I dashed him with water. Water. He go tell Lieutenant Ford. You know, to cuff up. Cuff up. So you're not gonna let me explain why I dashed him? I don't care. Cuff up and explain to me when I take you to your isolation tip. What? You gonna put me in isolation for dashing an inmate? But you gonna leave me sitting in this? No. You're not about to punish me. No, why you doing that, man? You're not about to punish me for dashing an inmate for refusing to give me some chemicals to clean up this waste
that you refuse to make the CO do. You're not about to do that. Cause I ain't never did nothing to you. That man can't ask me, did you want to be a trustee? I'm like, yeah, man, I've been trying to be a trustee. Whatever. Come to find out, he only asked me that because Biggers referred me as a trustee. I'm like, oh, that's why he can. Because Biggers let me know, yeah, man. I told him, man, only person back here competent to be a trustee. You know what I'm saying? You don't give me no problem. I'm like, why he ain't named a trustee yet? Because he can't ask me. You know what I'm saying? All right, don't worry about it. Then next thing I know, I had this little situation with the dude squirting wasting myself. He ready to ride down on him. He ain't trying to do no talking, cuff up, or I'm coming there and get you. What? Really? You ain't gonna clean up this waste, but you gonna come in here? Oh, you gonna come in here to hurt me, but you ain't gonna clean up? All right. Come on, let's fight me. Because I'm not cuffing up. Now, I'm not about to cuff up for you to hurt. Now, I cuff up for you to clean this weight cell out, and then you can write me up if you want me to, and block my privileges. But you're not about to come in here and put me in an isolation cell after refusing to clean out this net. So, then, Lieutenant Ford, after he do all that, after he run down on me, after I get done dashing him with the water, not waste. Even then, even him leaving me and somebody else waste, I still didn't have the mentality to stick my hand in the toilet being in another man's waste I was throwing up. So I can't touch my own. Listen, somebody else's. I'm in there gagging because he don't want to clean the cell out. So I started dashing him too because he wanted to punish me. Yeah. He get me to the isolation cell, right? Right. This day I didn't swing at nobody. I didn't threaten to stab nobody. You know what I'm saying? He get me to the isolation cell. I had all my paperwork, all my legal work, my legal books, my kids' pictures I would never get back. Pictures I would never get back. He threw all my stuff. Threw all my stuff away. He threw all my paperwork away. All my books that my sister bought me, all my legal books. My checks cold. I couldn't even file a motion with the Supreme Court. My prisoner discharge motion with the Texas Supreme Court of Criminal Appeals because he had to throw all my stuff away. You know what I'm saying? I wrote a grievance about it. For my whole month, I'm steady begging my stuff back. I'm letting them know, look, man, I'm sorry, I will give y'all no problem, man. I clean this stuff up with some jail soap next time. I ain't tripping. Just give my stuff back. I'm begging for I never seen my stuff again. He threw all my stuff away, or he gave it away. One of the two. I don't know. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of paperwork. I keep a lot of paperwork because I'm always either writing my kids, studying the law. I'm taking notes, doing what I need to get back to my kids. Throw it all away. I'm like, all right, cool. So I see what type of time you on. You know what I'm saying? You trying to shield me, and you trying to keep me in prison. Okay, cool. Let me stay out this man's way. He ain't playing no game. Let me stay out this man's way. He came back a couple months later, came back to that same cell he put me in. Hey, you want to move the indoor? No, I don't. I'm not leaving out this cell. Because this cell, I'm protected in. It's a camera right there. It can see everything. I'm not leaving out this cell. Y'all know, they're like, what about indoor? Now, man, this is Lieutenant Ford I'm talking about. What about indoor? You want to move to indoor? No, I'm good. I'm not leaving the isolation cell. I'm protected. Can't nobody throw no waste in my cell. Nothing. You can't take my paperwork without it being seen. Nothing. Right? But then he had somebody else try to come. He had a couple other people trying to convince me to leave the cell because he needed it. Oh, I don't care what you need. I need this cell. You go home. I need this here. I'm not about to put myself in a situation where somebody else can do what you did. Turn around. Turn around. This man back door. Wake me up. Hey man, we gotta do maintenance in the cell. We gotta do maintenance in the cell. So pack your stuff and move in the ISO 1. Mind you, I was going to the day room. When I go to the day room, they let me go to the run day room, right? Because I don't cause problems. All the other inmates back there, they gotta cuff up and go to the day room out back in isolation. In isolation, you gotta keep the cuffs on. But because I never gave the officers problems, they will always let me go to the day room on the run, put me in the cage, take my cuffs off, so I can take me a shower, so I can do my legal work, so I can talk on the phone when I want. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that in the isolation hallway like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't watch TV like you want in the isolation hallway. They let me go to the run, so every time I go to the run, I gotta pass up all the cells, right? On my way to the run, the day room the night before, it was a mentally deficient dude. He really had a real bad mental illness. He played with his waist all the time.
Mr. Peoples, hold on. Do you have much more to go on? Because it's into the lunch hour. This jury has been in here for a long time. Do you have much more to say?
If they talk about the case, I'm telling
Do
you.
you have much more to say is the question.
Yeah.
Then we're going to break for lunch. Can all of you return back at 2:00, ladies and gentlemen? 2:00. Thank you. Mr. Peoples, Raymond Peoples, you came before this court and a jury, entered a plea of not guilty to the offense as set out in the indictment. The evidence was submitted. The jury was charged by the court. After deliberating, the jury returned a verdict finding you guilty of the first-degree felony of aggravated assault against a public servant. Thereafter, evidence was presented on the punishment phase. The jury was instructed on the law on punishment during their deliberations. After deliberations, they assessed punishment at 40 years confinement in prison. It is therefore the judgment of this court that you are guilty in this cause number 23 CR 727, and you shall be punished in accordance with the jury's verdict. Is there any legal reason why sentence should not be pronounced against the defendant by either party?
No, Your Honor.